Good morning. Mm, fresh cup of coffee. Isn't anything better than a fresh cup of coffee that first sip in the morning? Oh, the second sip is a close second. Fun, fun. How you doing this morning? Oh my gosh, can you believe that we're already hitting into September? Um, I'm recording this video back sometime in August, trying to get boxes out of my front living space. But you're seeing it in September. There's so much going on. I will let you know right up front that I have already called 811, which is call before you dig. Their markings for any infrastructure anywhere near where I'm going to be building the fenced section of the backyard. Nowhere near where I'm building. Perfectly safe, exactly as I planned it out. It's a big thumbs up. So I have already gotten my friends out to do a full measurement so that I can order the materials. So it's a go to get that fencing started. And it's going to be a two-part fence for those of you who don't know. It's going to be a split rail type log fencing, but then on the inside, I'm going to be running either like chicken wire or hog wire just to close it off so that my next doggy won't like jump through the rails and take off. I don't know, it might be an older dog. I might not need to do that, but I'm going to do it anyway for safety's sake, just to make sure everything is enclosed. But you won't see it. It'll be so thin, you won't even notice it. So anyway, welcome back. Come on in. Come sit a while with me. I actually have two orders from SuperBuys that I'm going to go through. I combine them into one big box. As I've told you many times, I'm trying to get these packages out of my front room. I have six more packages coming from WhatNot from three or four different shops. I have four Temu orders I'm still waiting on. Thank you, Customs. And I'm being facetious, yes. I am saying thank you to Customs because they're holding them up long enough that Temu keeps giving me $5 credits for late deliveries. And in a couple of instances already, they have given me full refunds on the orders because they've been held up more than 30 days. So, see, that's that silver lining that I always find for you guys, right? Okay. Let's get started on this order. For those of you that are new, excuse me, you've entered Konnee's little corner. Guess who that makes me? Yeah. Anyway, SuperBuys has some super buys. The first order I'm going to go through, this was from a show on July 30th. I received these items on August 4th. Super, not just super buys, but super quick shipping and excellent packing. So let's get to the first item. And it's a big box. It's on the floor. Bear with me. Oh my goodness. You're going to see me dip up and down like that into the pots. Okay. More coffee. Chock full of nuts. And I opened it. Chock full of nuts coffee pods. There's 20 pods in here. This is a medium roast. I like to use the medium roast when I'm using a bigger mug because it doesn't get as diluted, so to speak. And it becomes a breakfast blend when you use a bigger mug, but you keep it, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more water to fill the mug. So it kind of dilutes it down a little bit and makes it a breakfast blend. Chock full of nuts. And now I got that song running through my head. Is that heavenly coffee? Gosh, anyway, this sells for $16. And I'm looking down at my list, and I paid $6 for 20 pods. That's a really good deal, guys. Really good deal. This is the third time you've seen me get coffee from them. Obviously, I drink a lot of coffee, but I know a good deal when I see it. And yes, because I reorganized my pantry, I have room for all these pods in there. Thankfully so. But that was a great deal. 16 bucks worth of coffee for $6. All right. The next beverage that I got. Oh my goodness. All right, this one's a little heavier. Ah, Swiss Miss 50 envelopes of Swiss Miss milk chocolate. These do not have the marshmallows in them. This is just the regular Swiss Miss milk chocolate. All right. This big, huge box, on average, can sell anywhere from $8.68 to $15, depending on where you get it. Do you get it at the local grocery store? Do you get it at Walmart? Do you get it at Amazon? The price really varies on this. But I got this big box for $7. Each packet inside is sealed. It does not technically have an expiration date. Well, let's see. Best if by December 2026. That's well over a year. I'll definitely go through this. Now, Swiss Miss, just guys, so you know, does not have to be just hot chocolate. You can mix one of these packets with a 10 or 12 ounce cup of milk, glass of milk, and put it in, and it will give you the creamiest chocolate milk you've ever had. It's meant for hot chocolate. Gets a little richer when you mix it with milk. Obviously, a little higher in calorie count. Hold on a second. Oh my goodness, I'm losing my plug for my computer. We don't want to get disconnected, do we? But that was a great deal. I paid $7 for that box. So, depending on what price you pay for it, either way, it was still a savings and it was delivered right to my door. All right, let's see what else we got. I got a 2-pack. Now, normally I would not have paid the price I paid for 1-pack, but I got a 2-pack of this. I've already opened one and used it. This is the Knorr teriyaki rice. It's nice every once in a while. I'll make up the whole packet, but I usually only eat like half of it at a time. These these typically for 1-pack will sell for $2.98, but this was a 2-pack. It was $5 and change, but I picked the 2-pack up for $3. And as you can tell, I've already eaten one. I split it up. It was 2 meals. I kind of made a different version of Spanish rice, teriyaki rice. Rice and pasta blend in a sweet teriyaki sauce. It was good. It was a good deal for a 2-pack. All right, what's next? And I know I'm going quick. I'm going quick. What can I say? All right, down into the box again we go. Creamer. Name brand creamer. Coffee Mate. Now, I want to tell you what happened with this. This big jug typically on Amazon sells for about $8. In Walmart or other stores, grocery stores, it can sell for as much as like $12 for this big, huge thing. This is 35.3 ounces, which is roughly 2.25 pounds of Coffee Mate. And this is the original. This is the value size. Now, what happened to me on this was a speed swipe. You've all heard me talk about watch out for speed swipes. This item was not jumping up really, really quickly, whatever. I think it was at like maybe $5 or $6. And there was maybe just about to hit 1 second left on the timer. Well, there must have been a bunch of us jumping in at the same time because my winning bid ended up being, instead of being $6 or $7, ended up being $9. But that's all right. This is a big container. The cheapest I found this anywhere was on Amazon for $8, but in my local grocery store, it was $11, almost $12. So for me and where I would typically shop, this was still a savings. But again, you gotta watch out for those speed swipes. You either get in right at the beginning on a bid, or you wait until it's on the last 1 second and about to turn 0 before you swipe. And be prepared. Your bid might be a little higher than what you think you're bidding. And that was the case in this. But I'm okay with that. I'm all right with paying $9 because I know how much this big 2-pound thing could have cost me elsewhere. Still a savings in my grocery store. But I wanted to give you another heads up about those speed swipes that happen. And you know what? There's no way for you to know. And when this was from Germany's show, and when she says, I only have one of these, you know you don't have another chance to get it. This is what I use. And yes, I've seen all the little clips and snippets and whatnot saying, well, if you throw this up in the air and take a match to it, it'll go up in flames. Well, guess what? Flame is a heck of a lot hotter than what you're putting the temperature of your coffee. Just about anything, just so you guys know, don't put any stock in those little ads that you see that this stuff goes up in flames with fire or with a match. Because just about anything that you take a match to or you take a hot flame to is going to burn. It's going to go up into flames. It's not just this. Those people who do those commercials or those little ad things, I think they think we're dummies. We're not dummies. All right. Chocolate. Now, I put this in a plastic bag because when I went to open it out of the container, I didn't want to go all over the place. I accidentally sliced it. All the pieces are in there, except for one. I did have to have one. But this is Promises and Eggs. Milk chocolate, dark chocolate, caramel. So it's milk. There's 3 different things. There's milk chocolate, there's dark chocolate, and then there's caramel mixed with. So there's the 3 different kinds you get. The milk chocolate, the dark chocolate, and then the caramel inside. So these are called Promises and Eggs. This is a big bag. This bag sells for $18.99 on average. This is 22.6 ounces. $18.99. Right? I got this for $7. Again, this is going to the community. This is going for the office so that when visitors, stop in and whatnot, they have that little extra, just kind of like a greeting. Who doesn't like a chocolate greeting? You look down, you see a bite of chocolate, and you can take one. I don't know anybody who's not going to take at least one piece. So this is going to go out to the community. It was a great steal at $7. I'm going to put it back in the little bag so none of the pieces come out the slit. You've seen some of the other chocolate I've gotten from them. The Reese's chocolate, the, what was the other one? Oh, the big bag, the 3-pound bag of Hershey Kisses for like $3, $4, something like that. It was ridiculous amount of money, but very, very low. So that was a good thing. All right. Next part of this order. I've gotten this before. I got another one of these. Gluten-free, home-style, instant oatmeal. This is one of my favorite ways, actually, to make oatmeal cookies. I don't use these for breakfast foods. I use this to make oatmeal cookies, which I will be baking over the next couple of days. These are individual packets. There's 8 packets in here. There's no fruits, no nuts, nothing you have to worry about in here. This box typically sells for about $6, depending on where you go, anywhere from $5.49 to $7.99. because it's gluten-free. And as you know, gluten-free can be much more expensive. But I picked this up for $3. And this, because there's 8 packets in here, I'll use probably 2 to 4, depending on how big of a batch I make. Either 2 to 4 packets for a batch of cookies, and then I'll just throw the cookies into the freezer. They'll be ready. I portion them into like little snack bags, and then they'll be ready when I want to take them out. It's a really good deal. Really good deal. I love that SuperBuys has food, not just household items or electronics or beauty items or clothing, but they actually have food that has not expired and that's usable and that's affordable. All this stuff, with the exception of the coffee, if you had kids in the house, you'd be saving fortune on this. But to get that pack of oatmeal for $3, technically 8 packets, 8 breakfasts for $3, that's very, very affordable. All right, what's next? Oh, let me see if I can get this out. Name brand. Kleenex. Ultra soft, hypoallergenic, gentle around the eyes. 4 cartons. Each carton has 60 3-ply tissues. Kleenex brand. Nice, crazy, wild patterns. Tropical looking kind of patterns. Doesn't matter to me because they'll be inside a case. But Kleenex. A 4-pack, this 4 cube, the cheapest I found it anywhere, was on Amazon for $6.58. In my local grocery store and in Walmart's, it's over $8. It's like two and a quarter per box, especially on the ultra soft. That's crazy. But I got the 4 cubes for $5. It's like going to Dollar Tree or whatever, right? $1.25 a box, $5. So now I have plenty of stock of tissues between what I did get at the Dollar Tree and what I got from SuperBuys. That's a good deal. All right. And the last thing in this order, I got to go way down in the box. So I'm feeling like a whack-a-mole coming up and down and up and down. I got to go way down in here. You guys are going to be very surprised at this. This is an entire case of chicken ramen noodles. An entire case. Now, yes, these are high in salt. If you use the flavor packets. I do not use the flavor packets. I have never liked their flavor packets, but I do like the noodles and the fact that they're portioned out for just the right amount. And without the flavor packets, they're a lot lower in calories and everything. They're just lower. So this entire case, this is 24. This entire case sells for the cheapest at Amazon, $16.99, $18 to $22, depending on what grocery store you might get it for. But I picked the entire case up for $10 for 24 of these. That's a great deal. And as we all know, ramen noodles don't expire. Ramen noodles have an incredible shelf life. This says best if used by 3/27/28. Now, I'm not going to, I may leave them stored in these packets. I don't know. I'll have to check, make sure the packets don't have any kind of breaks or anything in them. I may just take it apart, break it down, and put the noodles into jars or Ziploc bags. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I do have room to store them, but yeah. How often do you see an entire case? An entire case. $10. It was worth it to me. It was definitely worth it. All right. I'm going to set that over there. So that was that particular order, all those items in that one show. Again, that was delivered on August 4th. It was from a live stream show on July 30th, or yeah, July 30th to August 4th. 5 days. There was a weekend in there, I believe. So only took a couple of days. Everything in this order, well below retail value. Definitely a bargain on it. No complaints over anything that I got in this particular order. And I'm going to be well stocked in things. All these things, with the exception of the ramen noodles, are things that I would get in a regular grocery order that I would have paid a lot more for. So this is helping to supplement and reduce my grocery expenses. All right, let's get into the next order. You've seen me get these before for the community. There's another pack. These plates are 10 by 12. These are compostable plates, so they will break down in the trash thing. They are microwave safe, by the way, guys. Microwave safe. I think I forgot to tell you that on the other packs that I showed you that I have of these. This is a 50 count. This 50 count typically sells for $16.95 anywhere that you can find them. I got it for $7. So these are going to go to my community again. We have a couple of big events coming up between now and Labor Day. They'll be perfect. And then if they don't use them all, they'll have some left over for when next year rolls around and we start again with the patriotic holidays like Memorial Day, 4th of July, and Labor Day all over again. So extra paper plates for them. Great steal on the value. $16.95 worth of paper plates. Compostable, microwave safe, big for $7. Right? Okay. Next. That was the last of the big stuff. There's one more big thing in there, but I can get that pretty much without having to struggle. This is a candle. And I'm going to show you. Nicely packed. It's got foam all the way around it. It's tucked in there beautifully. If I can, tucked in there so nice, I might not be able to get it out. Hold on. There we go. Okay. Come on. It's it's really, I got to push from the bottom. It's really suctioned down in there. Now, everyone will call this a pride candle. That's fine, right? I don't lean that way, but that's fine for everybody does. I just thought it was an amazing deal. This is rose and amber musk, and you can see it's got all the rainbow colors. It has a cork lid that does close quite tightly. It's a single wick. I don't smell the rose, but boy, I do smell that musk. That smells so good. But you know I love colors. I mean, look at my room. Look at where I'm sitting. Okay? This just has all the colors that I absolutely love. So call it what you wish. You can call it a pride candle or you can just call it a rainbow candle. To me, it's just a candle that smells really, really good. You saw in a recent video that I had gotten 2 candle holders from Melissa, the cheap chick. This one is probably going to go into the larger candle holder. It won't fit the small one, but it'll probably go in the larger one. Really, really nice. Not super big. It's only about 4 inches tall by maybe 2.5 inches across. Not a super big candle, but believe it or not, this little thing sells for $14.99 on Amazon and higher in other places. And I got it for $3. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. I love the smell. I think that's one of my favorite scents so far on that one. I really like that. Okay. What is next? Oh, okay. Mosquito repellent. Now, yes, before you say anything, say, hey, wait a minute, you make your own. I do. I make my own to use around my property here. This is for travel. When I go back and I see mama, or if I'm in the car and I happen to go out someplace, I want something small enough to carry. And I could not find just the right little mini spray dispenser, whatever you want to call it. But this is a 2-pack. There's 2 little cans in here. Keeps mosquitoes away. Perfect for travel size. Doesn't weigh anything at all. Effective and safe use for outdoors or indoors. Plant-based. All natural. Plant-based, all natural. Very simple, just like any other spray. Hold on. Let me put the top on it. It doesn't smell. It has no smell. I like that. Completely unscented. Okay, that's cool. I'm good with that. So, 2-pack, travel size mosquito repellent. Perfect for what I need. I'll put one of these in the glove box so that I always have it. I'll keep the other one in my travel bag. No expiration date on this whatsoever. I don't think. Do aerosols? Well, I know some of them do expire, but this particular one. And I did have more of this. Believe it or not, this little 2-pack sells for $15.99. And I got it for $3. So I'm all set. When I go see mama or I go anyplace else, I'm all set. And as far as my new fur baby, when that time comes, I already have the special spray, the repellent spray for dogs, which I can just spray that animal before we leave the house, and I don't have to worry about them, right? But my mosquito repellent that's for the garden is not something you want to put on your body. You just don't. So that's why I got that instead. But for $3, that's a great deal. All right. A little something for pleasure. I showed you one of these in a previous video. I got another one. This is another, I'm going to open it up here. I think I'm going to open it up. This is another paint by number kit. This one is just a blue door. Just a blue door. Not as dark or intricate as the last one was. It comes with 3 different size brushes. And it also comes, you see these little things? These are hangers, so you can hang it up when you're done. This one comes with all the paints that you need. Everything is numbered. And I didn't show you this in the last one, but these canvases, and these are canvas, these are all the same size. These are actually about 18 by 24. This is a good size canvas. Will I hang these? Probably not. I'll paint them, I'll enjoy them, and then I'll probably toss them. This is just distraction devices. It's just something to clear my head, pull my focus away from whatever might be distressing me. So I've got the 2 different kits. The other one, I believe, is a seaside with a sailboat or some sort of a boat down in the bottom, and then a whole bunch of houses. And this one is the blue door. So these kits are sold on Amazon, and boy, do they have a variety of them. They typically sell for $9.99 on Amazon. I got this one for $3. And I think $3 is a fair price to pay for something that I won't keep when it's finished. It doesn't go with my decor, guys. I didn't get it to keep it and hang it up. I will save those hangers, though. That's a great idea for something else that I might be doing. So $9.99, paid $3. Let's go on up. This is the heaviest item in the box. Now, I got lucky. They agreed to ship this to me. They have more, but they're reluctant to ship it because of, number one, the weight, and number two, because it could literally go all over the place and make a serious mess. But you can see how they wrapped this thing. I can't even get into it. Hold on. I'll get scissors out. This was a deal. This item sells anywhere from $16 to $32, depending on where you get it. Right. I'm almost there. Oh, so they wrapped it in foam, and then they wrapped it in this yellow bag. Oh my gosh. Okay, guys. Germany and Eunice went crazy wrapping this puppy up. And then it's also wrapped in another plastic bag. I probably should have gotten Charlie out for this little adventure here. See if I can cut into this. Can you guess what it is at this point? Holy cow. Hold on. I'm not going to pause the video. The struggle is real. All right. I think I got the majority of it where I can actually get it out now. Yep, I got it. Okay. Okay. It's like Christmas. Trying to get the package open that your parents don't want you to see. Holy cow. All right. Foam, yellow bag, white bag, and still another bag. And it is Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Laundry Detergent. And this is a big one. This is 102 fluid ounces, 68 loads. They do have more. So if you are local, to say, where's the warehouse? Columbia, Tennessee, I believe. If you are local to Columbia, Tennessee, you can go and pick one up, but they won't ship them. They ship this, no problems, no leaks. It got here in one piece, and I did let them know, but the weight of this is ridiculous. They're taking a serious hit on shipping because all the packages go by weight, and they only charge the standard $9.71 per order. This alone would cost like $15 to ship one. But look at that massive bottle of Arm & Hammer Deep Clean Odor Formula. Penetrates odors, dirt. When you have a pet in the house, you need this for their blankets, whatever else that you might have, towels that you might use on them from bathing. This is also really good every once in a while for doing like your throw rugs and things like that that you have to wash. This is not for everyday laundry, but you can use it for everyday laundry. You just cut your amount down in half. This big bottle sells anywhere from $15.72 all the way up to $35. I paid $7. I can't even, I mean, that's less than half the price if I were to try to get this even in Walmart's. I paid $7 for this. and the timing couldn't be better because I only have about 3 laundry loads left in the other one. I like the Arm & Hammer. That's what I tend to use. So when I saw that, I just knew I had to have it. Great deal. Unbelievable savings on that. What more can you say? So if you are in Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee, because that's where Columbia is, if you're willing to travel, just send a private message or a direct message. Go on to any one of the shows with Bree and Germany and ask them, hey, do you have any more of the Arm & Hammer laundry detergent that I can come in and pick up? Odds are they probably do, because they have a lot of things there that you can pick up that are too heavy to ship. All right, the next thing I got, I'm doing more travel, guys. Travel containers. Aren't they cute? They come with a whole bunch of labels. It's a 4 set, and they are the right size. They are less than 3 ounces each. They are under 3 ounces each. They're made specifically for the TSA requirements. I do like the different colors on them, right? They're pretty cool. This set averages at about $7.59 per set. Some places are a little bit higher, $8, $9, somewhere around there. I got it for $3. And I do believe they had more, though I don't know if they've sold them. So remember, as I tell you with all other shops that you go to, if you like something I'm showing you, or if that piques your interest with the different variety, ask. Make yourself a little list. Oh, honey showed me travel bottles. Let me ask if they have any more travel bottles. I live close. Let me ask if they have any more pick-up items, like the laundry detergent or anything else that's too big or too heavy that they won't ship it. All right. Great deal. $3 for these. I cannot even get this same quality set at Dollar Tree or Dollar General, excuse me, or any of the other discount places like Five Below. I can't get any for this price. Not as nice as this. And I'm going to take it out of the bag because I do want to show you the quality. Nice little zipper case. 2 zippers so you can open it from either side, double-sided zipper. You pull one of these out. These are rubberized. They're not hard plastic. They're like rubber. And they have the flip top dispensers. Take the tops off. Nice, big, easy to fill. That's another thing I like about this. And when you do dispense, I want you to watch right there in the middle. It has a flap. You see that flap right there? That's coming in and out as I squeeze it? That's to make it spill proof. So I like that too. Rubber, very nicely made. What's it say on the bottom? 3.0 fluid ounces. I don't know if you can see that or not. It's pretty pale. 3.0 fluid ounces. So it's actually under, I think TSA allows you 3.5, if I remember correctly, but this is 3. Nice colors. Nice case to keep everything tucked together in. Perfect for traveling. Won't take up a lot of room. Comes with a whole choice of labels, and you put the labels down here on the white pieces. That's where you put the labels. They won't stick well to the ridges. You put them down here. So for me, it's shampoo, conditioner. I'm not sure what else I use for them. Probably shower gel or body wash. Hand cream, probably a little bit of lotion in one of them. So I'll get them all marked, all ready for use for my next trip. Beautiful little package. Travel bottles, again, sells for anywhere from $7.59 higher for this kind of quality. I picked it up for $3. Again, Dollar Tree, Dollar General. I've been in those stores, as you know, very recently. I was in there and did like a monthly run that I do. I saw these, but they were a lot more than $3. I think they were on the increased price items now that was like $5. And they did have the cheapy thin little clear plastic see-through ones, but these are not brittle. These are not going to crack. These are going to easy to stack, easy to dispense. I much prefer these. I did see these in Walgreens, and Walgreens had this for like almost $9. So pretty much the same price as the value that I found on Amazon at $7.59. But again, I got them for $3. All right. And let's see here. The last item in this order was a crevice brush. And this is a crevice brush set. Now, yes, I have crevices. I have door sills. I have a sliding door off the back of the bedroom. I have windowsill crevices. Some of the crevice tools that I had back in Arizona, I left under the sink as part of helping the new owner to set up and have all those little odd things that people don't think of when they buy a house. And considering he was traveling in from another state, he wasn't coming in with a lot of items. I said, you know what? I'll get more. So this is a 2-pack of crevice tools for deep cleaning, save space, multifunctional brushes, suited for cleaning hard to reach and tight spots and spaces, window sills, countertop grout lines, sink edges, corners, fans, showers, stove, fridge, gaskets, furniture, bathroom tub, closet, door tracks, bird feeders, car, etc. Okay, so it gives you a whole list of things, right? These are 360-degree rotating brushes. This is what they look like. There's one black and there's one white. They do have the holes for hanging to make it easy to keep them. They have a little button right here that you push and your head swivels. It'll stop at an angle and stay at that angle until you push the button. So you can, this way, any way that you might need these to be is how you can lock them in. But they store thin and narrow like this. And you also have the white one. And push that. So you can turn them in different spots. I'm not worried about these bristles being a little crushed. That's from packing. I don't think it's going to interfere with anything. And they will not turn backwards this way. They only go clockwise. These are very solid, very thick, and there's a lot of bristles in there. Can you see how tightly packed those bristles are together? And these are stiff bristles. These are not soft. These are stiff and scratchy. These are going to clean anything. These would be great also for scrubbing my outside canvas chairs or scrubbing down the top of my fire pit to get that washed off clean, right? Scrubbing my patio umbrella to get dirt, dust, or whatever off of that. These are great little scrubbers. I can even use these, which I probably will, to scrub down my back stairs. Because we've had a lot of dampness and a lot of rain, I still have not put the stair treads on, the non-skid stair treads that you saw me get from, I think it was Temu a month or so ago. Not having a dog in the house right now, I'm not using those stairs all that often. Maybe, I think I've used them once or twice to go out the back and do a quick morning watering on the watermelons and the peppers. But this will be great for scrubbing down those stairs. Any staircases. If you have little throw rugs, or if you have like the rug treads on your stairs, but they're carpet treads. This is nice and stiff and perfect for that. Guys, think of all the different things that you can use these for. It comes in a 2-pack. Not going to take up any space, going to hang nice and neat where all my other stuff hangs, or I can put them under the kitchen sink. I have plenty of room to put them under the kitchen sink. So this set of crevice brushes on Amazon sells for $9.99, and I picked it up for $3. I actually may use one of these when I clean out the car because the floor mats and the seats, this is stiff enough. I may sweep the seats to loosen everything before I try to vacuum it up. What a great idea. I could put one of these in my trunk. I have a little like pool carrier thing that I have all my car emergency stuff is. I can put one of these out in the car and keep the other one for the house. See what happens when I stop and think about things? The last thing in this box was not from this order. This was from a previous order. I told you this was missing. This is a can of chrome paint. High performance enamel, Rust-Oleum brand, chrome paint, chrome color. My, what I used to call my laundry table that I turned into a little picnic table has those chrome legs and it's getting very pitted and I want to protect it before it gets too bad. This was missing from the box and I had contacted them. I sent them in an email. I said, hey, the item is not in the box. Is it floating around someplace? They couldn't find it. So they said, no worries. We have another one. We'll send it. They sent it in with the very next order they were shipping out to me. So this has a value of well over $12 and I picked it up for $3. So as soon as we have a dry day, it's raining out right now. Tomorrow is supposed to be nice, though. I will go out and get those legs painted to protect them. And then this will sit in the shed until I'm ready for something else. This is also great if you have raised garden beds that are maybe aluminum. Everything will pit. It may not rust, but everything will start to pit if it's exposed to enough weather. So this will be great. I can paint anything that's metal, that it's Rust-Oleum. That's what it's for. It's made to go on metal items, right? So great deal and great customer service because they didn't hesitate to grab one that they had and pop it into my box. It may have ended up in another box. The label might have fallen off of it and they couldn't identify what it was. I don't know what happened the first time around, but I do know what happened when I asked about it. This is what happened. Timely replacement, right? Okay, so that's the 2 orders plus my missing item. The second order was from a show on July 30th. I received these items on August 4th. No, wait. Got that backwards. That's the first order. This order, first part I showed you. This part I showed you was from a show on July 23rd, and I received this on July 29th. Again, total of 6 days. I do believe there was a weekend in there, so I'm not surprised that it may have taken a little bit longer to come to me, but still, in under a week to get everything delivered to me. Let me talk for just a quick second about shipping, because some of you have had a few questions, and it's all been the same question. I've gotten probably a half a dozen emails. When I've expressed to you that, for example, one order, I paid $9.70. My shipping was $9.71. It's not $9.71 per item. When you're in a show within the same live stream, while the show is still going on, regardless of whether you buy 1 item or 100 items in that particular show, you pay one flat fee of $9.71. The only exception is if you have a seriously heavy item like this, they may have to, you may see like 74 cents or $1 and change in shipping being tacked on to that particular item simply because of the excessive weight. And to me, that's fair and reasonable. But all the other things that you've seen, each order, even the one with this soap in it, $9.71 for the order. They each had about a dozen items in them. Flat. It's not per item. Okay? Now, last night I was in a different show. I spent a couple of hours, probably 2-3 hours, watching Miss Latasha in NVUSDeals. She had 2 shows scheduled back to back. One that I believe started at 6 and the other was scheduled to start at 8 because she wanted to present certain products in the first show and then switch over to Amazon polls for the second show. Well, here's the problem that those of us that shop on WhatNot on a regular basis and those of us that deal with her, she didn't realize, it might have slipped her mind, that if she ended one show and started another, those of us who shopped in the first show were going to have to start all over again with a new $9.71 in shipping for the second show. We were going to lose the free shipping that we had already established by our purchases in the first show. So myself and UltraAuthentic, who happened to be in there at the same time, we let her know, just cancel her second show and just keep on running. Don't stop the clock, don't switch over, just keep the show going, because that way those of us that had made purchases in the first show wouldn't have to start our shipping all over again. It would be one continuous show that all the items that we purchased, regardless of whether they were from when she started at 6 or when she started her Amazon polls, we would all just have that one cost for shipping. There were quite a few of us that spoke up and said, hey, if you end this show and we want to shop the second show, we got to start with $9.71 shipping all over again. And when she thought about that, she went, oh, that's not right. I can't let that happen. So she made the conscious decision. That's something you have to be aware of as a buyer. If you're switching shows, even if it's with the same shop as it was last night, your shipping resets. The minute a new show starts, your shipping resets. So you either have to do like we all did last night and speak up to her to bring it to her attention. And we did this about 15 or 20 minutes before the second show was supposed to start. And then she took care of it immediately. It only took her like a minute to step over to another device, to cancel the second show, and then to import the inventory from that show over into her Buy It Now, so that we could all see what was coming up. She did that. It was wonderful. Those of us that had been in the first show were able to stay for almost the entire thing. I stayed on for probably 3, almost 4 hours. Didn't spend a lot. I think I spent maybe $20, $25, but I got great deals. And yes, I did get more nail polish and a couple other things. But so that's something you need to be aware of. If you're going from show to show with different shops, then yes, your shipping is per shop, per show. If you pay, you're not paying WhatNot for shipping. You're paying that seller, that shop. So if I had finished my shopping, which I did with NVUSDeals, and then I jumped over to watch Tonja in Hey Rosalie to, show her my support, jump in, see how she was doing. If I had purchased there, then because I'm in a different shop, I would have had new shipping fees. right? So each shop is a separate entity. Think of it like walking through a giant mall. Whatever the big mall is in your area, it has dozens of stores in that mall. WhatNot is the same way. WhatNot is the mall. And all these little shops like SuperBuys, NVUSDeals, UltraAuthentic, Hey Rosalie, SJDailyDeals, all these different places, these shops that I take you to are the individual stores within the WhatNot mall. So you go to a store, you shop, you pay shipping for that store. You continue through the mall, you come across a different shop, you spend money, you pay different shipping for that shop. I hope this clarifies for you. Again, it's not per item. Now, that being said, some shops will break it down as to maybe you won't pay the $9.71 up front. They might split it. You might pay $4 and change on your first item and then $4 and change on your second item. That way, if you only buy one item from that shop, you're not paying almost $10 in shipping for that one item. You're paying a fair and reasonable amount for that one item. So some shops will do that. This is why it's important when you first walk into a shop, on the very first bid that you watch, the very first item that you see running when you arrive, look at what it shows your shipping to be. Because the shipping that you see on the screen is not for the person that's bidding. That's for you. That's based on your location. So if you see it pop up at $9.71, then you have to decide, do you want to hang around and look to see if there's more than one item that you might want to bid on so that you can kind of make that shipping worth it? Or if you happen to look and you see that it's only coming up as maybe $4 and change for shipping, that means that that seller is splitting it up. They're selling their items or they're running their bids at the weight of 11 ounces, which is a wonderful thing to do. Now, Miss Latasha, in last night's video, last night's live stream that I watched, she started doing that. So it was a very, like when I ordered the nail polish, she just put it on the scale, set what the weight would be to ship it, and I think it came out to be like $2 and something. So I got 5 or 6 bottles of nail polish for like $2 plus I think the whole thing cost me like $5 and change, or I don't know, but it was ridiculously low, including shipping. So those are the kind of places you want to watch. UltraAuthentic does the same thing. He will not necessarily always give you a flat rate shipping. Sometimes he will weigh it out depending on the item and then just list the shipping accordingly to weight. Those are my favorite kind of shops. So that's why it's important. I can't encourage you enough to go in and observe. Even if it's a shop you're familiar with, you never know when they might have to change something up. So when an item starts running, the first thing I look at, she'll say, okay, I'm going to start this at $3. You already know what the starting bid is. The first thing my eye go to is that shipping cost, because I calculate that into my total price. Is it worth it or is it not worth it? And that's what you have to get in the habit of doing too, is looking at that shipping. All right. So that covers it for now, guys. We're almost at an hour. So I am going to say thank you for spending time with me. I really appreciate it. I do hope you're learning. And by all means, ask me questions, whatever you need to know. When you go to WhatNot to shop, ask them questions. SuperBuys, as always, is still getting a 5-star rating from me. I should give them more simply for shipping that big thing of laundry detergent so well that it didn't leak, it didn't drip, it didn't break, and the extra weight of it. Holy cow. Big thumbs up to them and to this video. Share this so that everybody can see what great deals that you can get. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so. We're going up. The numbers are creeping up. We're so close to 4,000. Can we hit 4,000, please? If you're watching this video and you have not yet hit that subscribe button, please push subscribe. It's free. No obligation. Even if you get a pop-up notification that I'm on, doesn't mean you have to watch. But getting that subscriber cap out is going to help get me out into the algorithms so other people can see. You don't want to share me? You want to keep me all for yourself? Share. Please. Anyway, guys, stay hydrated. Above all else, please stay sweet. And I will catch you soon as my other packages come. 4 orders from Temu, 6 orders from WhatNot, still to come. It's going to be a crazy ride. Come on along for it. Come on in and set a spell with me every chance you see me. Love you guys. Bye.